If you notice a delay or a lack in throttle response in your 2010 and newer 4Runner and want a premium solution to gain it back, this Pedal Commander Bluetooth throttle response controller will be a great pick. Because the 4Runner has an electronic throttle body, you've probably felt the delay in the response between you stepping on the pedal and the truck actually getting up and going, especially if you've added any armor or larger wheels and tires. Now the Pedal Commander will be an easy and user-friendly way to gain it all back without the need to tune your 4Runner and mess with the PCM, while featuring additional fuel-saving capabilities if that's a priority to you, which in a lifted SUV, I'm certain it is. The Pedal Commander will feature 4 different modes, including Eco, City, Sport, and Sport Plus. Now with each of the different modes, you will be able to adjust the sensitivity on the fly with 9 different levels, making for a total of 36 different settings that you can fine-tune to your needs. Now when it comes to the modes themselves, starting off with Eco, this is going to offer you the ability to save up to 20% in fuel savings. City mode will give you a bit of extra pickup in day-to-day driving situations, like getting on the highway or just getting rid of that delay at a stoplight. Sport mode is when it comes in handy when you're really looking to get off the line, especially if you've got all that heavier cargo and notice a decent delay. This is where you can pick it up, and Sport Plus will be one of your most aggressive modes here, which will offer what feels like instant throttle response. Not to mention, this will feature Bluetooth connectivity to allow you to control this device from your phone, so you do have the ability to tuck this device away if you don't want it crowding your dash. This will come with a very low profile and pretty sleek device, offering you the ability to mount this up wherever you see fit with the included heavy duty Velcro and adhesive on the back here. Now this device will also feature tactile buttons on the front, so if it's easier for you to adjust the settings on the device rather than the Bluetooth settings at that moment, this will give you options. Now the kit will also be completely plug and play. It does have a nice OEM style plug here and split harness, making this a super easy solution to get all of that throttle response that you're missing back and simply to install. Now I do want to note that this is not going to be a tuner. This is only going to be changing your throttle response and no other parameters, so you're not gaining any horsepower or torque like you would when tuning your 4Runner, so just keep that in mind while checking this out. Now this is going to be one of the more expensive choices for controllers on the page at about $350. Now other options, a lot of them are just going to be set up a little bit differently when it comes to the settings as well as the device itself. However, this one is going to be one of the controllers that will have some of the most features. Now this is a really solid design for what it is, considering how user-friendly it is, the ability to change from your device or Bluetooth from your phone, and the list of fine-tuned settings, making it a great choice if you're looking for a throttle controller that has a bit more to it than some of the other standard or entry-level choices. Installs super easy at a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. It's gonna take you about 10 minutes. The hardest part, honestly, is just getting into the area where this plugs in. But again, it's very simple. You do get the adhesive to mount up the device. You get some cleaner here, and you're also going to get 2 zip ties to make sure that the wires are out of the way when it comes time to drive again. Now at this point, we can head over to our shop, check out a detailed breakdown on how you can get this installed onto your 4Runner. So that's going to wrap it up for my review. Let's go ahead and jump into the install.
There are no tools required for this project. Hi everyone. Today we're installing a Pedal Commander in our 4Runner, so let's get started. All right, so here's our Pedal Commander. As you can tell, it's pretty small and compact, so you can mount this just about anywhere that suits your purposes, what makes sense for you. Now for our purposes today, we're just going to mount this on the top of our steering column here, because of the way that the cable is connected to the Pedal Commander itself. So in order to do this, what we're going to do is feed our connectors down alongside the steering column here and tuck it up out of the way so that there's no interference with anything. So to do this, what we're going to do is just start the wires down here on top of the steering column. And then we can reach up underneath the dash, grab the wires, and finish pulling them down. Now that way we can go ahead and mount our controller right up here at the top, and the cable is pretty much out of the way. and we've still got plenty left to be able to make our connection to the accelerator cable. All right, so our connector for our throttle pedal is right up here at the top of the pedal itself. All you have to do is push in on the release lever here and pull that connector up, and that will disconnect it. Once it's disconnected, then you can go ahead and connect the two cables from our commander. Slide one into there, make sure that it clicks and locks into place, and then the other one will go right back in where we unplugged it from the top of the pedal. And again, you want to make sure that you hear that click and give it a little tug just to make sure that it's locked into place. That being said, once you've got it connected, now you can go ahead and get under here and make sure that you zip tie this cable out of the way so that it doesn't interfere with any operations or is near any heat sources, to make sure that it's safe. All right, now that we've got our pedal commander plugged in and ready to go, now you can decide where you want to mount the actual unit. Now we've got ours set up here on top of the steering column. You can mount yours wherever works for you. Now the system does come with these Velcro pads that have some adhesive backing on it. So you can just pull the backing off, stick it on the back of the unit here. Now, as you can see, we've just got some double-sided tape right on here right now because we're not making this a permanent addition to our vehicle. But what you would do is go ahead and peel off the backing of this, stick it on the back side of there, and then peel the backing off the other side, and using the supplied alcohol pads, go ahead and clean the surface of where you want to mount it, and then go ahead and stick it down there and it'll stay. So like I said, since we're not making this permanent, we're not going to actually mount ours. We've just got the tape on there to hold it while we're doing some of the demonstration. Now, the next thing you're going to want to do is download the Pedal Commander app. And once you get that downloaded, go ahead and open it up. And the first thing you'll see is installation. So it'll give you installation instructions, how to plug it in and whatnot. And then you can add a device. Now, before you click on add a device, you're going to want to turn your ignition on. So we've got our ignition on. Now you can go ahead and click add device, and it'll start pairing or looking for the Pedal Commander devices. And it found one. So now you can go ahead and click on Pedal Commander on the menu, and it's going to ask you for the serial number on the back of the unit. So if you disconnect the mounting tab from the unit itself, you'll see that there is a sticker on the back of the unit that has a serial number on it. So enter that. Hit done. And then confirm. And now you can actually give it a name. Now this will come in handy if you have multiple vehicles with multiple pedal commanders. You can control them all from one unit. So now that we have established a connection between the two, as you can see, the light came on the unit itself. And because this app is now set to Sport Plus, that is the light that is illuminated on the unit. Now you can change these modes simply by pushing on the location in the app. And as you can see, the light changes on the unit itself. Now you can also change the mode or the sensitivity of the unit itself. As you can see at the bottom of the unit itself, we have the +1 lit up. Press it again and it moves to +2. The higher you go, the more sensitive the unit is going to become. Now you can change to eco mode as well, and it's going to give you a warning before it changes to eco mode. So it's going to say, are you sure you want to switch? Go ahead and say change, and it changes to eco there, and it changes to eco on the unit. Now there are some other options that you have here. You can disconnect it if you like, or if you select the 3 bars in the upper left corner, you can put in your information, your vehicle, find contents on social media, things of that nature. Now, if you click the little gear here where it's got your device listed, then you'll see another list of options that you can choose from. Anti-theft, software update, LED brightness control. That, if you select that, you can drag the light bulb down or up, and what it will do is change the brightness on the unit itself. So if we drag this all the way down, and you look at the lights, it's a lot dimmer now than it was when you put it all the way up. Another option you have is the theme. This is the default that you'll see earlier. Press forward and it changes it to a different screen. You can also do manual controls. Now, manual controls will allow you to either push the physical buttons on the unit itself or not use them. Right now it's set to off. If you slide that up to on, now you can change the modes by simply pressing the star button on the unit. Now we can see we changed it to city, press it again, it changes to sport, press the plus or minus sign, you can change the sensitivity as well. So we'll go ahead and leave ours on for now. You can turn it off, you can disconnect it, you can rename it, or you can even delete it. Those are some of the options that you have from using the app. And that wraps up our review and install of the Pedal Commander Bluetooth throttle response controller for your 2010 and newer 4Runner. Thanks for watching, and remember, for all things 4Runner, keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.